It's been shown in like old cartoons and non-cartoon movies that there's often, not always, but often a grumpy old man. And I thought, like, what makes a grumpy old man? And I came up with this, that a grumpy old man was just simply a grumpy young man. It's that simple. The thing about it is, if you're a grumpy young man, and what I mean young man is anybody younger than 100, that's a young man. If you're grumpy, then it's just common sense that it's more likely that you're gonna be a grumpy old man. Like after you turn like 101 and you're officially an old man. The way you carry yourself as a young man is, I believe, what you're molding to be as an old adult. See, I think there's a disconnect in the sense of once you stop having to grow up, quote unquote, grow up, like improve your manners, improve your etiquette, improve your mindset, improve the way you carry yourself, improve your life. Like that all stops like in that window of like 18 to 21. Kind of like that's it. You're grown, if you will. And you might be of age for certain legal activities, but it doesn't mean that you should stop bettering yourself and continue to raise yourself. Whether it was a village or one individual person or two humans that raised you in your vulnerable years, it comes to a point where you could do this on your own. But to think that you're already raised and that's it, and you just kind of keep on going wherever you're at and however you are, like that's just the way I was made, I don't think it's 100% true. We gotta continue to raise ourselves from young adult to grown adult and then to old adult. And if you want to continue to improve, so in your later years, you maybe come across as a happy old man, or a joyful old man, or a pleasant old man, or like a dope one, which is like a wise old man. That's fire. To be wise, I don't think there's much cool factor in a grumpy old man. Because even in their movies and cartoons and whatnot, they're always lonely. And lonely's tough. So I think what happens is that if you're a young adult, meaning younger than 100, and a lot of stuff aggravates you, gets you upset, you complain a lot of pessimism, a lot of negativity, you always find the dirty in things, you always find the ugly in things, you always find the disappointment in things are not always don't go your way, so pretty much you're just receiving what you've put out the last 3 weeks, 3 years. It doesn't seem bad because you're young, and if you don't like the scenario, you could get up and leave or go somewhere that's going to make you feel better. So you will counteract the being a grumpy adult. But that changes when you get older, like old, like over 100. The difference there is that maybe you're not able to drive no more. You're not able to maybe get up and go as quick as you used to. So before, if there was a scenario where you got upset and you were grumpy because of how things were going, you just kind of get up and jam, get in your ride and take off. Go somewhere that would at least make you a little bit less grumpy or happy. Or go to that place that you like going. Let's say you're older. You're like, 103 now, and you're not as mobile as you were before. You can't go places. Or because you're grumpy, no one wants to kick it with you no more. So you're lonely. And on top of that, you really can't go nowhere. So now you're that grumpy 105-year-old man in the corner who doesn't go nowhere and is by himself. And you can't go anywhere. You can't take yourself anywhere because you're not as mobile as you were before. So the whole get up and go, it doesn't happen anymore. As I was thinking about this a little bit more, it's like the best way to avoid being a grumpy old man is to make the adjustment now. Now that you're not 100 yet, change your perspective in things and don't be a grumpy young man. So you start molding yourself and becoming more of what you are. If you start focusing more on being pleasant, being happy, being optimistic, being joyful, you mold yourself in such a way that you'll become more of that. And more of that will come back to you. And you'll put out more. And it's just a snowball that keeps on going and you get momentum. So by the time you do reach 100 plus years old and you're actually old, hopefully you're more of what you were when you were young. And if you're actively trying to become a more happier, more pleasant, more joyful person, you will be more of that as time goes by. and you'll be known as the pleasant old man, the happy old man, the joyful old man, the positive, optimistic old man that probably isn't going to be lonely because everybody wants to hang out with you. Everybody wants to know about your wisdom because you're pleasant to talk to. You're happy to talk to because you're a joy to talk to. All right, so happy Wednesday. That's going to do it. Tried out the new kick it spot. I got to work with this a little bit more. I don't know if I like it just like this sitting on the floor. I got this idea from Lynn, but just the bottom is a little hard, so it's not comfortable when you're sitting down. But I kind of like the vibe. We'll make this work. I'm sure we'll make this work.